Hello, welcome back. Last time I had yet another route not quite work out, but I think I saw a path that will actually work. Maybe. It's complicated, but I think I know what I'm doing. So I need to go back to... I think right before I most recently opened these doors. So what state does that put me in? So these are the doors I'm never opening. Instead of 1 sky 3 prime, I have a way to spend 1 sky 2 prime, and with all other optimizations, that gets me what I need. I can see that Golden Park is cleared because there's nothing left in Shooting Gallery. I had already opened this door, which I eventually decided wasn't a mistake. Okay, so I will not enter the park this way. I have another way to do it. So, 2 thoughts. I had sort of discarded the idea of doing things this way because I was assuming that I'd be locking myself out of things, and the hope was, since I accounted for... I didn't have all the rooms accounted for here at all when I counted everything up. I'm assuming there's going to be like an extensive basement or something in here that leads to a post-game that gives me a whole bunch of keys so I can go back out and clear all the rooms in the world. I think that has to be because unless I've done my budgeting wrong, and the puzzle for getting the gold checkmark is just to use the keys on everything except buying a house and just, you know, end at this star where Leaf leaves or whatever. Which might work, that might get me to all the monsters, except I don't think it can, because I have not seen all the puzzle rooms yet, I'm pretty sure. I should once again, I added a note to myself to put an easy way to check that, like what I've seen in my player profile, if there's puzzle rooms still existing in the world that I have not seen. But I haven't done that yet. Alright, so if I input this, I need to enter it there, apparently. Okay. So right, this was my solution, which probably is unofficial, but it's what I'm doing. Because it doesn't really use the monster blocks for anything. I could do all my bomb bug movement without them if I needed to. And doesn't use the Pacific tile for anything, although it could just be ornamental for something. If so, I don't really understand it as an ornament, but it could be. Anyway, yeah, so I get to the other side, and that gets me through here. So yeah, if I'm locking off this part of the world, I can still return through this star door and go around the parking lot and get back to the rest of the world. Like, that was the thing that I wasn't so sure about. So I did get here with a sky key. Activated! Okay. So ready to fly here, to buy my new house. Take a... it's not a private jet, it's very public, but... take the sky... Rich Ferret gets to live in a fancy house that way and just, like, forget the rest of the world. Okay, so I'm in the park here. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I want this key, and I will never open the other side of Pleasant Park. So those doors stay closed, but this one opens. And school bullies go away. Do they even need to? Yes, because I have to get back to the rest of the world. Okay, let's see, what do I need to do here? I'm not laundering my money. I do want to do university activities. School bullies can wait. The way down is way over on the left. I don't know why I have so much trouble remembering that. I expect it to be in a different place for some reason. Just because, like, architecture class doesn't make me think of wiring. But we already understand why the things are as they are. Oops, sure. Okay, so there's key. Go back, and this is the time for crossing the toll bridge, right? This is second crossing already, is that true? Yeah, second crossing, and final. I need to check my inventory and make sure I'm doing things sensibly. So this will already be post... Buggy Games Studios. Yeah, that stuff is done in this save. Okay, so what do I have left to do? Do I have anything before I cross the toll bridge again? Let's look carefully. Power plant should be done. It appears to be. Lost and found is claimed. Okay, so I was able to restore... I opened those park gates a lot later than I thought. Good. So not that much to redo. Yeah, I think that's actually everything already. I did the car dealership, right? Which is, here. I did, yes. Okay, yeah, I think it's time for final cash-in. I will take this sky key and use it on all of these exchanges to get the final star key. So I need to come out of there with, well, whatever keys I can scrape up. But I think I might just have everything. I should really take one more look. Shady Dealer I will not interact with. Mugging Alley, that's for later. I need the 2 primes for the flight fee. The 1 Terra for the toll. And in terms of keys, on the way back, that's all I want. Plus the pocket change for prize exchange, upgrading everything as it needs to go. Okay, I think we're ready. So school bullies go away. And that's how I return to this part of the world, by avoiding those gates. Yeah, so don't go through the protest zone. That requires a star key. It's way over there. Just out of curiosity, yeah, no way to... What did this Evil Eye Angry Eye have to say? Ah, right, you're one of the hide-and-seekers. Okay. Bullies, go away. Technically, I could leave them alive. If I'm really committed to pacifism, then sure, I'll just beat up a couple of them. Hey look, they got better. That's possibly a mistake. Let's hope not. I can restore if I have to. But I don't think I'll have to. That should all be fine. Because I don't have to go through them to get to the airport, and I'm going to be flying past them, and they get to live. Okay, so second cross the toll bridge. I do not need to redo the stealing the stolen goods. I do need to survive the... not this screen. This screen? And I start where? Is it here? It is! I got the right spot for once. Okay. So, key exchange. I need... okay, as many star keys as I can get. First of all, I can get 2. I got that infernal, and I need... 2 more Terra and 1 more Sky, I think? That should be it, actually. Why does my Terra key inventory look wrong? Wait, why does everything look wrong? No, this is right. 2 primes for the flight. 1 Terra for the toll, 2 for the prize exchange. Plus the 1 that I will get from the 1 more sky key at the exchange. Where does that 1 more... right, this comes from the mugging alley. Gets me the other Terra, which gets me that, gets me the other... yeah, I'm done. Okay, great. This seems to be working. Will there be any last-minute wrinkles? There might be. And what will be in that house? Have I accounted for my rooms correctly? We're about to find out. From here I go. Mugging alley. Right. What's that actually called? Just back alleys, I think it is. Alright, doing a crime. Nobody saw me, except the victim. But the victim's gone. And I now go to the... wait, I can't go to the airport yet. I need to go to Golden Park, which I can get to. Don't have to interact with the bullies for that. Oops, sorry. Alright, so prize exchange. As I suspected, That was sort of, well, one of the many keys to everything. A necessary part of the solution. Here we go. Here we go. And these last 2 primes get me to my house. I have everything I need. Cool. Oops, sure. And finally, this route actually uses all my keys and makes sense. Like all the other ones, I had some spare change left over, and that never made sense to me. But now, finally, it does. I do still feel like there are things I'm not using, like, for example, I'm not interacting with... No, I did interact with Construction Zone. What room am I thinking of? I thought there was one room that blocked traversal, but no, that was all in Construction Zone. Never mind. No, this makes... everything makes sense. Alright, so... flight. I'm not carrying any weapons, it's fine. Just got some keys on me and, you know, my natural weapons. Nothing more. Alright, one-time flight. Here we go. 4-star keys. Buy a fancy house. Got no money, but I have a real nice home. Yeah, okay, so there's a backyard, there's an upstairs, there are several more rooms here. Let's just enjoy this for a moment. Got these nice flower gardens in the front. Alright, fancy carpet at the entry, which kind of bleeds over the... I did this on purpose for some reason. It looks sort of bad here, but I'm leaving it. So I decided visibility of the south end of the Pacific floor was more important than the line on the wall. It does look weird, but it's how it has to be. Okay, yeah, this really goes places. Wow, what did I just buy? This is a huge house! Okay, let's look around here. Right. No violence in here. It's all carpeted with peaceful tiles. Yeah, those are outdoor curtains. More living room. Wow, that's a huge living room. Okay, none of that goes anywhere. Look at this kitchen. Oh man. Everything you could ever need. More than you could ever use. There's a sign here. News story being broadcast. Breaking news. Earlier today, someone broke into the power plant. Local authorities claim to have found fur at the plant, suggesting that a ferret may have entered it. MMPD state that they have searched the facility, but none of the city's wiring had been tampered with. Yeah, I made sure to keep the lights on. However, they did find evidence that the Chimera Corporation has been siphoning energy from the plant for their own projects. More details to come as the story unfolds. Alright. So I'm not the primary criminal in this situation. A suggestion has been made that this could be the Chimera Lab's logo, and I see it. There's a C there. Chimera Lab and Power Plant Guardian Power Generator, yes. Chimera Co. Do not turn off except in case of emergency. Right, yes. And also, apparently, I didn't notice, but there's this robot with those 2 claws. And you look down there, and yeah, that's like its forehead gem. And these are the claws that had the snake script in them. I just completely did not notice that. But that makes sense. So yeah, that was the Power Plant Guardian, that entire structure. Alright. Cool. Look at this place. So much room. Again, like, I could never live in a house like this. This is way too much room. But maybe Leaf will appreciate it. Let's see the backyard before we go higher. Okay, it's the backyard. Yeah, there is a garage. Okay. 2-car garage plus lots of space. Now, did I count up rooms that could be cleared? Maybe my accounting was just for explorable space. Yeah, so I'm starting to think there are no... like, there's nothing to kill in here. This is a peaceful place. Just to explore and appreciate. There will be a gold star somewhere. And yeah, there will be no key cache or anything. So I just need to break down those 4 star keys into usable components for the rest of the world, and clear that if I want the golden check mark. I think that's absolutely worth doing before I'm done here. In Do No Harm, it was a different situation. Like, that's a thing I do want to come back to at some point to actually clear it fully. But this is clearly, hey, never mind. Nope, forget that. We got all these here. Okay? Best ending! Leaf buys a cozy dream house. Between adventures, Leaf relaxes here and invites friends over sometimes. Alright, extra keys in case you want to explore the rest of the city without the stress of needing to save up. Alright. How many is this? Ooh, maximum number in the stack. Okay. So yeah, no need to forego this ending or anything. Okay, attic. What's happening up here? Oh, there are post-game bonus puzzles. Okay. but it's not canon. Gotta preserve the lore. Alright, I would love to see that. Give me a moment though. There's a room in my house I haven't explored yet. Also, hang on. So here's the master bedroom, bathroom. That toilet doesn't flush, or at least it doesn't flush itself down the whole thing. Okay. Ah, that's the gigantic king-size bed. Okay. A little chair and desk situation. Yep, with a desk lamp on it. Reading lamp and a nice plant at the nightstand. Gigantic window to look out of, and another sitting area here. With windows looking into... I guess that actually looks out. There's a corner in the house there. I see. Okay. Anyway, so the attic is there. This is guest bedrooms. Right, that's where the friends I invite over can stay. Little tiny bed. And, yep, seating area and stuff. Guest bathroom. That one flushes itself. Alright, and just lots of room here. I don't provide much in the way of furniture in the tile set for this game, so, you know, gotta get creative with these things, and sometimes just best you can do is empty space, I understand. Like, it is really impressive what is done with these things as it is. Yeah, like this just, I can imagine what sort of space this is from what's here. Like, I can put myself in it. It's expressive enough. Okay, so, right, post-game there. Let's start with that, and then sometime afterwards... These dark shadows those leave behind, that's fun. Sometime afterward I'll go out and clear the rest of the rooms. Right, that graph. That's still a baking thing, right? Oh yeah, and I've ruined the rest of my graph because I was just inputting the solutions super quick, so nothing past, like, this, nothing past this point is accurate for this save file. Okay, yeah, so the graph is just not very usable in this situation. Not designed for this. That's fine. Doesn't have to be. And yeah, this total's probably not accurate either with all the restoring I've done. This doesn't seem right, because I stepped on the star in the first room. Did I restart the entire thing and... Ah, no, that's more complicated. Wait, this was... Hold up. So clearly that's the amount of time I actually spent there. The input didn't add to that, but I think it did add... No, if that's still 447... I don't know what to make of this. I'm just going to assume it's accurate. It probably is. Anyway, so let's peek into the post-game. Zebraspace. Okay, we're going to Zebraspace. I know what that is, sort of. Yeah, okay, Zebraspace. Okay. All the special thanks. Hey, toll bridge inspired by Haunted Manor. Figure skating. Was it? I think I remember figure skating. Maybe I don't, because I don't see how it relates to toll bridge. But that's fine. Oh yeah, the skyfish, right, that made a big cameo. Oh yeah. The key economy, I knew it! I knew it! I was right! That was a thing! I called this out. Ah, well, thank you too. This is just... Yeah, I don't know. This is a very impressive work of art. I don't have a fence tile that connects like this? Shouldn't these be connecting? Interesting. I think there's a corner that just doesn't know how to connect there. Okay. Not a big deal, but a deal. I do want to fix it. Okay, so special thanks, great. There's something to the west. I guess it'll come from there off of those pillars because this is all fenced off, I'm pretty sure. It's a little hard to tell. Okay, so we're back in the city. Sky Fortress, UFO, city, right? That's right, yeah, Museum of Monster Art, well, exists in this world and also had a lot of this vibe. Yeah. Well, that changed. I'd see. The leaf goes vroom, that's pretty good. Yeah. But at least you made the car work, sorta. Yeah, making the car work, that would be a challenge. I don't know how you'd do it. I mean, well, you did it in Buggy Bumper or whatever it's called. Right, yes? Couldn't figure out a mechanism to avoid opening more than one toggle door at a time. Ah, okay. Alright, so let's just see. Before the Protocar. Whoops! Whoa, what did I do? Okay, so that's how I mount up onto it. So that kind of comes apart, and then I do that. That steers me south, that steers me that way. Ooh, what fell? Oh, these did, okay. Yeah, okay, so a little jank, but kind of sort of works. There's a waypoint over there. This way. Let's see, if I go here and do this, well, let's scatter that all over the everything. Now to right, so that's how you clear the room. I guess I'll clear this room, that's fine. If I'm going to continue by doing that on the outside, I might as well do it in here. Right, yeah, this stuff. The toll bridge, yes. And the key economy. 4 prime keys equals 1 sky key. Okay, I didn't go back and check to see if it was the same, but I guess it was. I see how it is. Right, yeah. So in the canon of this world, at least, Leaf has been to all the previous worlds. And yeah, I mean, Museum of Monster Art made that very clear, and by including that in this world, you make the photography contest a thing, of course. Yes, right, photography exhibit. Oh man. That's a very interesting prospect. Cool stuff. Oh, and hit all the switches. I did it. The Protocar, here we go. Where should I start? I have to start here. I am gated into starting with this. Great. Yeah, that was clearly, like, one of the biggest centerpieces. Yep, makes sense that the world was built around that. Yeah, right, the orbs. No, that was an intentional choice to simplify that. I included full Drod wiring in Throw Rock, and that caused some design issues and problems for players because I didn't really explain how the colors worked. And I don't know, it was complicated. There was a puzzle built around them that everybody hated, and I decided to try just having only toggles for this, and I think it worked out. And as we can see here, you can circumvent that with clever mechanisms. Yeah, the pulse generator. 8 gates of William, yes. Oh. I was there. I don't specifically remember this happening, but I believe you. I probably saw it, and... this is prickling something in my memory now. I'm sure I at least saw a mention of this. But maybe I didn't look very closely at it. But I got to experience it in full here. Right, yes. Yeah, certainly. Like, it does a lot of things. I don't think it'd be avoidable to know that once I'm here, unless I find some kind of exploit. I guess I could copy the world and read these without having solved the rooms. That's one option. Okay, so that was the first one using the open-close mechanisms. Makes sense? Yeah, the Protocar. Okay, so here's a waypoint, and I see that... Ooh, I don't want to do that yet. So I need to step here and do this. I hop up, and now I can drive. Neat. And there's a waypoint in there, I guess in case I fall down or something? Or so that I can clear the room. Okay, yeah, so that is car. And whichever way I steer, okay, it can still break apart, that was mentioned, I see. Oops, I crashed my car. And, crashing my car is kind of deadly, I can't escape, can I? I don't think I can. Alright, so I had a fatal crash, but if I do this, I have a non-fatal crash. There we go. Alright. Kaboom. Great. Oh, and this stuff? Oh, man. Bug DLC. Oh, I see. That would have been interesting. Sure, making remixes can be tricky. Right, then you get to play as Bombug. Yeah, it's not really designed for this, so you have to make some concessions. And the mimics. Yup. Alright, I am Bombug now. Whoops. Okay, so I destroyed the lead one. Right, okay, so I need everybody to explode at once. Okay. Simple enough for that. Why are these? Ah, because that's part of the state... Wait. Why are those? Hold on. Why are those two different? The sacrifice altar for some reason affects them. Was this misclick? Because, like, you drag across here and accidentally include those two in the wiring? Because I can't otherwise see a reason for those two in particular to have toggled. Okay. Power plant guardian. Okay, a different one. Oh boy, this might get involved. Yeah, okay, so the power plant was a later thing based on the pulse generator. I see. Right, so that was a health bar. I get it. And the regeneration, yes. Counterattack if you damage. Right, gotcha. Ah, of course. Pipe dream. Oh, whoa. How? That sounds like a lot of wiring. Oh, wow. Alright, well now I'm curious what those things look like. Maybe they'll be included in their own rooms since they take up a lot of the room. Simplified version of the original fight. Okay, so what are we doing? I'm just gonna go across here and see what happens. So getting a lot of lasers primed, and that's a little worrying. Here comes a bug. And right, so attack is charging up. Before the attack happens, I need to do something. And what's that something gonna be? Ah, I think I get it. So do this. I can do, what, one attack? No, I cannot. I can only just barely get away doing 0 attacks. Here comes statues. I guess I'm gonna kill them. Right, okay, so I need some cover. I'll use the last statue for that. Will I now? Yes? That's the plan. And it will work. So yeah, here's my cover, and then I can just attack continuously. Okay, cool. Did this open at some point? Yeah, when that was sacrificed. Oh. Oh right, they're pacified, that's why you didn't die. Okay. Classroom, right. Yeah, I guess those did show up there. Yeah, so from what I heard, the Golden Park puzzles were redesigned. This is the remains of when this was a laser tag puzzle, so it must have been some other way. That's what I know about that. Right, yeah, no, they're kind of a break from the other stuff. I appreciate that. Carnival games that anybody can win, which actually is probably uncharacteristic. That sort of thing's meant to take your money and only pay out so often, I would assume. Actually, I don't know. What are the dynamics of carnival games? Like, what's the economy there? You've already paid for admission to that sort of place usually, right? I have not been to a lot of carnivals. I don't have that much reference material for that. Right, sure. Yeah, so I appreciate the in-the-universe representation of that. Watch paint dry. Ah, slug timer. I see. Okay, so, so there's a funny story about this. A little bit of, an interaction between me and the author of this world. He had to send me his player profile because he'd left something running overnight a very long time, or a lot longer than this. And player profile was multiple gigabytes and would no longer load in the game, so I had to put some safeguards in to make sure that the game couldn't write a player profile anymore that it wouldn't be able to read back in. Because I think there are safeguards on reading the player to say, like, okay, if you have a replay that's 4 million turns long, I'm not going to allocate that much memory, I'm just going to reject this file and say it's not loadable. However, I didn't implement the other safeguard until more recently to make sure that if you're trying to save a replay with 4 million turns in it or whatever, that it would also reject saving that replay. So, like, I had the safety on load but not on save, so now I have it in both places. I don't know if this is describing the same word room that did that, but that was a thing that happened at some point. So is this the 2,000 turn, 20,000 turn thing? It's gonna take a little while. Let's make it a slight bit quicker. There's a weird exploit that... Oh, okay. Paint dried now. There's a weird exploit that you can use to move at double speed, but I guess I won't show that off because the room's done already. What was my move count on that? Okay, I see. So only 338 to finish that. I guess I could have left the room and seen what the move count was, but this is how I did it. And right, these are the ovens. Yeah, Ice Drift had some sort of like push in, get pushed back out sort of mechanism. I forget how it was exactly. I spent a lot of time in that room, but that wasn't the part I was focusing on. This goes for a bit. It's hard to tell how long. I think I can tell. I think it's just this room and these two and then loops back to here. So we can probably finish this now. Ah, okay. Short and take up a lot of space. Yeah, so slugs are more compact than all of this. Yup, because they spend extra turns turning. And that, yup. Sounds right. I mean, that's the reasonable way to do it. Like trying to do math with the slug behavior in all their edge cases. That's just a, yeah. Yep, so 4, 6, 8. And this ended up being, how long? Easier to reason about, but takes up more space. Kaboom. Yeah, so that was a, I think 24 turn timer because, yeah, this is when it went off. Got it. Okay. Aha! Well, this is going to explain the logo. Right, yeah, so building up extra lore about that. Okay. Yeah, and making clear in... where am I? Leaf turned on a television at some point. Where did that happen? Here. Yeah, so making clear that that is a clandestine organization, not actually part of the power plant. Right, okay. So, unresolved lore, and it's meant to be that way. Okay. Final thoughts. Oh, wait, this goes west further. Okay, let's start here then. Oh, let's start here then. Bonus puzzles, let's start here then. Okay. Playtesting, that must have been a process. Woo! Right, the waypoints. Restricted waypoints that can only travel to specified rooms. Yeah, all waypoints are global, and there's not really a way around that. Yup, and yeah, waypoints are the only fast travel. I've been thinking, okay, I'm gonna add a note to myself. If I ever expanded the mechanics, maybe something other than a waypoint that could go across multiple rooms would be an interesting thing. Because yeah, otherwise, like, Leaf's position is fixed in place. You go up a ladder, you go exactly -1 layer at the same XY position, XZ position, I guess. And, yeah, waypoints are the only thing in the entire world that breaks that. Maybe another tool could be useful. If I ever get around to making a mechanic expansion to this. I've been thinking about it. Once this game was put together, you know, and there's like an infinite number of extra things that could be put in, and it's been over a year since the game came out, and the urge to tinker hasn't gone away. I've resisted because I want it to be stable as it is, but I don't know. Thinking about stuff. Yes. Right, yeah, I mean, so the amount of walking around, I just take that as part of the, just comes with the territory. I didn't mind it. It was fine. The traversal was an interesting part of the world. Alright. So bonus puzzles here. Mashups of rooms and concepts from past worlds. Right, yeah, I was hoping I'd get to see those. Okay, great. So next time, gonna try bonus puzzles, then we can go back out into the world with these extra keys and clear up everything and get that gold check mark. And this will just take me here. Alright, so see you next time for hopefully the rest of Zebraspace.